4 days ago I told you that Bitcoin is going to revisit the $38,000 and on the third that it's going to breach. As you can see, the Bitcoin is following our price action absolutely perfectly. On the third attempt we have breached that $38,000 and right now we are finishing this symmetrical triangle pattern. However, there is some information that whales are selling Bitcoin, so the things might change. If you want to know what is going to happen with the highest probabilities in the crypto market next, make sure you are watching. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Samo from MyCryptoParadise, and as you can see, Bitcoin is right now still trading inside our symmetrical triangle. We have touched this descending trend line and now we are finishing it by retesting the ascending trend line. As you can see, we have breached the $38,000 on that third attempt, so the supply zone is extremely weak right now. However, there is some things which might really change the scenario and it will take a little bit longer until we reach that $43,000 medium time frame top target, which you know about since like $28,000 when Bitcoin was that down. Right now I will share with you why there might be some further downside movement before we are able to reach that $43,000 resistance. So first of all, let's agree that this movement right here was pretty weak. We have not been able to establish any support above this descending trend line, and that is also why with Paradise Family VIPs, before the minor drop happened, we have been securing some profits. As you can see on our altcoins, we have been securing some profits on our leverage trades and also spot trades, and we have secured our rest of positions with stop loss at break even, because right now we are expecting some kind of price action which will be kind of bearish. As you can see in our scalping channel, we have also finished and manually taken target one for 888% profit on 75x leverage and other trades on this weekend, because the price action was telling us to do so. Because as you can see, if we take a look at the open interest right now before the drop, you can see in this kind of micro cycle the open interest, what was happening, it was decreasing. Right now once we are dropping, the open interest is increasing. What that means, it means that some big guys are establishing some short positions. How do I confirm that? I confirm that on funding rates. As you can see, we are kinda neutral, so the average Jack and Joe are basically having no positions at all on Bitcoin or very tiny positions, and most of the people right now are trying to get into altcoins. As you can see, the funding rates on altcoins are extremely positive because you have been bombarded right now at the tops by Twitter, social media and other guys that there is upcoming alt season, right? Nobody was listening to us when we told you alt season is coming like a month ago, but everybody is right now trying to get into altcoins. That is one of the reasons why the fear and greed index is now in a greed numbers. It's not because people are being greedy on Bitcoin, it's because of the altcoins, right? If we take a look at Bitcoin dominance, we can see that Bitcoin dominance is actually going up in numbers against the altcoins market cap dominance, right? So the others is going down and the Bitcoin dominance is going up. What that means, that smart money are basically flowing from altcoins into Bitcoin. However, Bitcoin is also going down right now. As you can see right here, it's going down. So basically where the money goes, it's flowing out of the market, right? So here, as you can see also in Bitcoin USDT short positions on Bitfinex, which is basically institutional short positions, we have just, if I switch to a higher time frame on 4-hour time frame, you can see just today we have opened extreme amount of short positions and it's not being closed. It's being closed very slowly. That means they are expecting, the institutional short positions also expecting some kind of drop in price. What kind of drop it is going to be? Well, you can see this is the medium time frame chart, right? We are expecting the $43,000 to be hit. We already breached that $38,000 resistance right here, so the supply zone is going to be very weak and it will be easily pushed to the upside. However, it is not going to be that easy with such a high positive funding on altcoins. So what we need to do, we need to basically reset the market. How we can reset the market? get rid of these long positions on altcoins, we must dump in price. So from this fundamental analysis, there's already some bearish points, right? So let's take a look at the price action right here. Yes, we are still in a symmetrical triangle, however, also we are forming rising wedge pattern. What is rising wedge pattern and what it consists of? It consists of higher low and higher highs, right? And it needs to come from a bull trend, as you can see right here, and it is not a continuation pattern, it is a reversal pattern. So let's chart it. Right here we have the low, right? So we put the trend line from here and we put it to the upside, right? So basically you can see that we are creating higher lows, right? That is great. That is basically making the same scenario as here. So it's textbook experience so far. Right at the top, however, we need to adjust the wicks a little bit, because this kind of wick didn't happen on all exchanges. It happened only at some. For example, this is a Bybit chart, and if you take a look at Bybit spot chart, this is a futures, it didn't happen there. All right, so I can basically put the line since from here, and we can basically see that we are creating a beautiful rising wedge pattern, right? So we are basically having higher highs as well right here, basically as it is shown right here. So this works like a support. The upper ascending trend line works as a resistance. So right now basically we are here at the support, and with a higher probability we can also take a look at something what will even increase the probabilities. So right now this is a MACD indicator, and we are looking for some divergences, right? The trend is bearish, that's clear, and we are still opened, as you can see right here, so the trend can continue. However, there is some other indicator which is basically increasing the bearish bias right now, because as you can see the price of Bitcoin have made a higher high, right? Let me show it to you very clearly. This was the high and this is a higher high. However, the indicator, this is the high, this is the same high as here, right? However, the indicator made lower high. How do we call this? Divergence. We call it a bearish divergence. As you can see, the price when it's making higher high, however the indicator is making lower high, this is a bearish divergence, and it adds on to our bearish probabilities that the trend, the bearish trend, will continue, and it adds probabilities to this bearish pattern formation that is indeed going to break to the upside. We can have this kind of switch of resistance, of this resistance zone, this liquidity pool one more time, or we can even just drop just from here, right? We can have some retest, then that will be our confirmation, and then we will continue to drop. And just to really understand the targets, we can basically put the counting tool from the local low to the local high right here. So we can basically count that it's around 9%, right? And if we really break down this indicator, we can see that it perfectly with our medium time frame trend line. If I switch on 4-hour time frame, as you can see, this trend line is working since the price of Bitcoin was at around $16,000. So as you can see, it's working perfectly as a support. Then we had this kind of fake out to the downside, then we broke above it again, and right now it makes sense to retest it before we continue the trend towards $43,000. So the price action in medium time frame would be something like this afterwards, right? So we need to retest the trend line from a technical analysis spectrum, and also the bearish confluences are just confirming that this rising wedge pattern is probably going to break out, and we will need to retest this trend line before we continue our journey towards $43,000. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, what that means for us in Paradise Family VIP, it means that we are playing it secure, okay? We are playing it safe. We have secured most of our positions. We have taken our profits. We have not yet opened any short position. That is important. However, we have may so very soon if firstly we got that breakdown of this trend line right here, and then we get that bearish retest right here. We will be opening a short positions, and we will be expecting Bitcoin to really drop that 9 to 10% to retest this trend line right here. Another confirmation will be that the symmetrical triangle will break down that $36,500 support right here, and a daily candle or 4-hour candle will close below it. That will turn this support into resistance, and it will be another confirmation for us that basically we will continue to the downside. So right now the probabilities are clear, the probabilities are bearish, so we have stopped buying altcoins, we have secured our positions, okay, and we are expecting a drop to retest this upper trend line. So ladies and gentlemen, play it safe. If you want to play it like a professional traders, make sure you are watching our videos. If you want to follow our team of traders, exact entries, exact setups, consider joining ParadiseTeam VIP, or just join the free Telegram channels. That will be very beneficial for you as well if you want to really be professional trader in this market. Alright ladies and gentlemen, this is everything from me, and I will see you next time. Cheers.